Just say that Dane Ince is our feature tonight. Now, Dane is a longtime writer, very experienced poet, and known in venues around the world, thanks to Zoom in part. To introduce him, I can mention that he traveled from Texas, his place of birth, to Berkeley, California, in order to study art. But he now resides, sheltering place, I guess, still maybe, in San Francisco. More personally or personably, William S. Burroughs and South American writer Jorge Luis Borges are some of his favorites. And at some point, I read that on the beat Dada spectrum, he is somewhere between Marcel Duchamp and Andrew Goldsworthy. More noteworthy is he is the founder of I Publish You, his publishing company founded in San Francisco, supporting art, music, video, poetry, and other literature by providing the community with inclusive shelter so that quality work produced by the artist's heart, mind, and soul will have a home. All are welcome with an open heart, and together, with eyes to the future, we will publish art for humanity's sake. And that is some good news, I say.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank Carmen and for all of her work, and Faithful Fools for their leading the way in this community here. It is a wonderful thing, a place to be. Thank you so much. And for the people who've shown up to come and share their poetry and make the room here, it is a blessing. I have a series of poems about San Francisco streets. The towel. The world is a street, a drive, a cul-de-sac, a way, a road, a path, an avenue, a boulevard, the Champs-Elysees, a trail in the jungle, curvy Finon, Lombard Street in the city by the bay, Rue de Lombard in Paris, the city of lights, packed, wailing, the jazz, the blues, and the clubs in the city, throbbing, goat trails, deer trails, cow trails, up the sides of mountains. So we know they were trying to get to heaven, maybe already there, and their ruminations already entered nirvana, while we stumble, fall, smoking, trying to get to the metro, sleep, and morning calling. Polk Street. It's right about the time the elbow bends when you expect it, but what you get are knees, shaved tops and bottoms, short sequin skirts, hiking, mouths and hands, hungry, full of hard. What's a girl to do? The aching, lonely is love, it's drag, it's queen, it's kissing in alleys between 1:30 a.m. and 3:45. It's dollars, it's bleeds, runs in stockings, east to west, some sort of stiletto, broken heel, flirting with cops, lost lashes, fluttered to gutter to storm drained tears, rolling, crying, falling, smiling, rainstorm, flooding out to the ocean, out to the bay. Day is morning, hearing, gurgle, today is tomorrow, wigs, sorrow, sleeping, resting on stands. Castro Street. Rolling crazy under the bed on the hardwood floors, her pet hamster Henry rocking his hamster ball. We danced naked do-si-do on her satin sheets above orphan Annie's in the tattoo parlor. We ended up at her place, Victorian Flat on 17th Street. Waving, wild, kissing handstands on street cars at the stud, blowing freely in the San Francisco fog. She was short fused stick of dynamite. We exploded all over town, me flowing locks, full to mid-back, she in her flat top with fenders. We were young and hot at the folk dance joint in San Pablo with the lesbian. I square danced nicely in Berkeley. Best Halloween party ever, every party ever, the home of the rainbow flag, Castro Street. A bar on Haight Street. I felt tragic and alone and frozen free in the can't be, won't be studio backlot desert. I could have built a fairy tale castle with all the misery sand for that stiletto switchblade soul, martyr to myself, endless unkind stabbing, all for touch, crazy. Fat French fries, chili cheese, and onions would do just fine. I'd crawl into a bottle, but I'm too fat to fit. Nothing would change once inside. Glad the slow motion car crash is over just before the gruesome death. So bad, even the corniest would be worthless. She said she had seen that all before. I tried to argue. Another time it was useless. What's the word? What's the word? Futile. Why? I am happy for that, because if I had managed to catch her off guard duty one night, seduce her, I know how it would end. Don't go shopping when you're hungry. You always get more than you need. Uh, you don't get more than what you bargained for. People cannot stand to look into a busted mirror. It reflects the undisputed, the lie you cannot get away from. That's the truth, and no one wants a constant reminder that they'll hate you. That they'll hate you for that in the morning. Everything she told me dug me out like a canoe. If I ever get inside that bottle, could you just chuck me off the Golden Gate? I have some traveling I want to do. Lombard Street. The pendiculation of Lombard Street reaches twisty, curvy from the bottom to the top, snaky as bettors waving horse racing track winning tickets. Look, pal, I just got well on the last daily double. I love this crooked game, the twists and turns, all of it the most. Only the losers and suckers die. In the flight path of medevac, there is some praying going on all the time. It's an act of faith. Come on, baby, come on. Come on, baby, come on, Eddie, shake the reins. Come on, get to the lead. God, oh God, that was a flatline ride, never started to run. Oh, the fun, yippee, I'm tearing up another $20 ticket, birthday party confetti. Oh, yeah, right. The promises of a conversation with you drowned out by the roar of the crowd, but I'm with the tourist on the slippery brick Lombard Street. Bring your words and your styling, cardboard sleigh for the slide. Right at the moment, the details of the washing machine surgery are about to become interesting as a vexing tale of broken things. San Francisco, ocean, sky, blanket, chopped up by passing medevac helicopter, chopping, secret, silent seconds, prayer, passenger getting to the finish line in a hurry, hoping their ticket is a winner. Silently, I walk down the steps to the bottom. Car horns and traffic wake me up to the jungle city. Geary Street, named for the final alcalde and the first mayor of San Francisco, starting at Market Street at Lotta Crabtree's Fountain, the meeting place of victims and ghosts of quake and fire, 114 years on, still going. All the landmarks passing blind to the collapse of Broken Heart, Union Square, horror show of commerce, murder, and death to the Philippines. Look at the monument standing, goddess of victory, Nike, high up and proud. Oh, St. Francis, the accusations of what celebrities have done, the booze, the bottles, the walls know all, the stage deli closed, now a Jack in the Box, the edifice, the icon of culture, the house of touring package shows, the Alcazar, exotic revival style, massage parlors, lonely dancing wigs on Polk Street, hoping for comfort for a dime, blows out wide, boulevard wide, the Fillmore, Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin still ringing, the bathroom in the bar where I snorted cocaine with Johnny Angel still throbbing, cock hard, Japantown, sharp origami folding. It's prohibitive. It's a riot, rolling, heart pounding over ancient frozen sand dunes, humanity crashing as waves and waves to the great highway, to the hem of the high tight skirt of this femme of a city, flowing to the Cliff House, swan dive into the Pacific Ocean. 6th Street. Sandstone, sadness, 6th Street, Skid Row, SRO, decades and decades, dying, dead, still dead, dying, sad glamour goes, dreams in a bottle, dreams in a baggie, collapsing veins, pulse, tragic traffic into the tenderloin. Where's the mercy, the suffering, unseen heart, working men on street corners, mining misery, the success of failure. Ain't it rich? This blossom of hell unfolds and unfolds, petals of bloody vomit, shit-stained sidewalks, always Skid Row, always Skid Row, always. Hills Brothers coffee can of bones inside the Hart's plaster walls, surrounded, smiling, sailing, sparkly, gooey, happy, green Jello Bay. Let's hide the empty in cappuccino foam. Columbus Avenue. Rising up the white tusk Transamerica pyramid built on the muck of sunken sailing ships abandoned in the gold rush for bags and bags of dust. Contrast with the American zoetrope, the flat iron corner. Some cycle here, ride out the bus onto the cannery at beach, playing with my pals, roaches. North Beach strip joints, plates of pasta, Salisbury steak at Original Joe's, light switch flipped, hammered at the International Sports Club, bright kitchen light glares to scatter. Watch out, Gentle Ben. All by myself, my pals are hiding. Tequila, gin, vodka called Tejave, the bullet train in Europe, high-speed crash into bed at evening's end, high-octane spinning hovercraft. Pray to God for the big spit to vomit. I did this to myself. Last lament of the dying. That'll wreck your dance moves at Bimbo's 365 across the street. What exactly is it that I'm doing? Eating curry at Kennedy's Irish pub, hung over hangout. Everything is practice. Kneeling, bowing, praying sober for some sourdough. I am looking for Bodhisattva. Is Bodhisattva looking for me? O'Farrell Street. Bubble dance, fan dance, lived here. Dance for dollars, still rolling, lessons of senses, limitation of desire, here and gone, wages, slaves of America haunting, the Johns, the Janes, the blues, the jazz, the comedy, all happened here, still happening here. The mystery looking into its gateway between Market Street and Van Ness Avenue on the road named after Jasper, the surveyor who laid out the plan for the way things go according to expectations. We are living now, the limitations of matter. Spirit of soul, searching sources, struggles all the time. Imagine the lust through our senses. We won't know the things we can't that matter. Freedom is more than empty-handed. Listen, is that a whisper or a howling? Is it a warning before discipline or an invitation for visitation or just a cheap masquerade? The answer is dancing on the waves. The Embarcadero, clear blue psalm, warm summer, first time. High dive opens at 11:30 for patio seating, waiting, thinking I'm hungry and I want to eat now. I'm walking down the Embarcadero, heading north, seeing all the people in their masks. This is Ghost. I'm haunting now for you because you can't. Heading to Pier 23, seeing the ferry building. Recall how you never like to sit outside while eating. Can't do otherwise in many places now. I see Klaus Oldenburg's giant arrow stabbing the earth. Gray Bay Bridge against fluffy kayakers and kayakers and kayakers and kayakers and speedboats, seagulls and seagulls on green Jello Bay. It's a beautiful sailboat, beautiful missing. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. Single seagull, lonely floats. I sob and sob, walking behind my disguise, COVID mask and sunglasses. No one gets wise. High tide is in or coming in. I see people with their fishing poles and skateboarders roll by. People with sticks prepare for some class. Woman walks by, exercising, sweat, shiny knit top and tits, dogs on the grass, picnic blankets spread out, people in twos and threes, and then just me. I give $5 to the street musician, sax player. There's a building boom going on, Manhattanization. They used to fight it, but that collapsed. Empathy, entropy wins, steel and glass, victory for the cash. Too late, too late. The remains of piers poked just above the water, not quite fallen in yet, fallen into the bay. If you leave it, the seawall will tumble too. That's the way the bay loves it. Line of geese, line of geese, line of geese fly east to west. Life Embarcadero alive, dads and daughters on bikes, jogging with dogs, small bike with training wheels, faded sign on brick building, YMCA rooms, bikes and bikes and bikes, jogging and bikes. I pass the farmer's market, buy avocados, give a fin to a white-haired bearded man in a wheelchair. Shirtless man rolls by singing, beatbox booming loud from inside granny style grocery shopping cart. Honey, I'm dying for your love. Zoom of motor boats zooming, prop planes, propeller, banner ads above, the song of seagulls, chorus of motorcycles, Embarcadero living. I arrive at Pier 23. They open for lunch at noon. That's in 20. I'm waiting and thinking I get to do this walk for the first time. One of the many things I get to do for the first time. I get to sit outside, something you hated, that you didn't want interference with the street noise, the street smells, the breeze, the hot, the cold, the blustery breeze chilling you, and you had not the right clothes ever, weather no matter. You wanted no interference with the zen of your 2 vodka martinis shaken with the lime twist. I liked that negotiation. It gave me purpose. Now I don't have to do that anymore. I just go and go do. A little sweat rolls down the back of my neck near the big yellow umbrella in front of Pier 23. A woman in a white hat, fedora, sleeveless black top, maroon Pier 1 import simple skirt with 3 rows of tacking invites me to, through mask and sunglasses, to come and shade share while we wait. We talk about her hat. The hostess mistakes us for a couple. I missed breakfast. Lunch it is then. I sit in partial shade under a lime tree in a terracotta pot from Mexico. So far, so good. I'm filled with questions and looking about. What's this? What's that? What's the name of the checkered pattern on the plastic tablecloth? See the duet of 2 tops with red chairs next to the rail. I think I will pull this first time off without incident. Buddha and some unknown to me deity, decorative garden gnomes stand silent guarding at the base of the tree pot. I thought they were joining for lunch. Fish and chips, malt vinegar, and a shot of Zircaru Mezcal. Shots for them? I guess not. There was a controversy as to who exactly Buddha's guard mate is. Some said Shiva, some said Kuan Yin, and still others said Krishna. Watch a bee visit the flowers in the tree pot. My waitress has black and teal hair that is fading to green. A sea lion pops up from the bay, yellow and blue below. The woman in the white fedora sits next to the white rail, and she reminds me of you. She had 2 drinks, Crantinis on the rocks, and she boxed most of her shrimp salad to take to go, just like you used to do. The thought fleeted to leave a card in case sometimes she might want to, have company for a meal. Might like to do something other than eat alone, but I just sit there feeling the air. Finish the mezcal, my morning, and the lump forming. The shot hits me with a slight stumbly stagger, starting as I left. Just the afternoon light seemed oddly blinding. Wisteria now filling the bay breeze. The goddess seemed to have disappeared, and Buddha was now magically animated, alive, dancing and laughing and shouting. Everything starting comes to an end. The ending is the place to begin. I feel someone's warm embrace hugging me forward, forcing me outside of the place onto a rainbow path, to a rainbow bridge over the traffic below. Now the mystery is revealed. It is Kuan Yin leading me. on to the west side of the Embarcadero in the shade. Onward, Nepenthe, home I travel. I cross Green Street going south against the light. To the fellow scofflaw, I joke, oh my, we're criminals breaking the law. He half laughs with his unmasked face. Free and fair elections for Belarus, protest in full flare, cars honking, shouting. It's a riot of life all around me. Finally, past the Boulevard restaurant, one of the places we thought of going, but didn't, long on the list of things that we didn't and now never will. I get a little giggle knowing that the place only stands today because the owner bought off the firefighters in 1906 with booze, so they didn't dynamite it to save the city from fire. Alone, back at home, I'm done crying today. The Embarcadero is alive, and so am I, because tomorrow is beginning anew. San Francisco coup. It's a new form. It's consisting of one syllable and infinite lines. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, Zoom unmute and people in the room, let them know.
Well done.
Wow.
Great job.
Riot of life in San Francisco.
Yeah, some great comments there. A ride in the life of San Francisco. The ending is the place to begin. And the imagery, great imagery, taking us through the streets. Beautifully done.